Hello there, it's Daniela Alvarez, and today I'm gonna explain the English consonants in detail. This from chapter 7 of the book, A Course in English Phonetics for Spanish Speakers by Diana and Hector. You know that we learn sounds at the beginning of the semester, and we have the plosives, fricatives, affricates, lateral, nasals, approximants, and semivowels. I really would like to explain all of them, but because of the time, I'm gonna focus only in plosives. We already know that plosive has 3 stages: closure, stop, and release, and these sounds are produced with a structure of complete closure in some part of the vocal tract. So once we know this information, let's begin. First, we have the voiceless vertices bilabial plosive, and it has 4 allophones. The first one with the diacritic, it's like a little h, small h. This because we need to produce a little aspiration in some words, like in proud, pure. The next one with weakly aspirated, it's similar to the first one, but we use this when the aspiration is weak, so it doesn't have a diacritic. For example, in these examples, participate and sport. The third one with non-audible and delayed release is when the release disappears. For example, in the word top people, we don't need to pronounce top people. We said top people. The last one of these allophones are with the nasal release. For example, in stop mother, this because is pursuing a nasal release. We don't pronounce stop mother. We said stop mother. Now we have voiced lennis bilabial plosive, which is it has 4 allophones too. The first one doesn't have a diacritic, and it is voiced, or in Spanish, sonoro. In examples, like in probably, husband. The second one is the devoiced, or in Spanish, ensordecido, and it has a diacritic. For example, this like a little zero we use in order to explain that the sound is devoiced. We have examples like bribe, obtain. The third one is with non-audible and delayed release, and we have examples like robbed. We don't say rob, but we say robbed. The last one allophone of this voice lennis bilabial plosive is with nasal release. We have examples like submit, abnormal. We don't say submit, we say submit. For abnormal, we don't say abnormal, we say normal, abnormal. And it reminds me of one of my favorite albums by The Strokes, which is called The New Abnormal. Now we have the voiceless vertices alveolar plosive, the sound, and it has 7 allophones, as you can see. There are many. The first one is the aspirated. As we said at the first, this little diacritic looks like a little H. Is when the word needs to be aspiration. So we have examples like talk, true, twins. The second one is the weakly aspirated and non-aspirated, and we have example like story, and it doesn't have any diacritic, as you can see. The third one is with the non-audible and delayed release, and we have example like outdoor. We don't pronounce outdoor, we said author. The 4 is with nasal release, and as I said at first, it is because it preceding it with a nasal sound. That's because the name with nasal release. We have example atmosphere. Atmosphere. We don't say atmosphere, we say atmosphere. The 5 one is with a lateral release. Of course, this because it's preceding with a lateral sound. In this case, outline. Outline. We don't need to pronounce outline. Outline. We said outline. Outline. We have now this diacritic, something like this, with a little plus here. A little plus here. It means that is because vocal frontal in Spanish, or when we have like this, it's because we have in Spanish vocal posterior. So here it's dental in the example, for example, out there. We don't say out there, we say out there. The last one with the post-alveolar, that's because the diacritic. We have examples such as try and night. Now we have the voiced line alveolar plosive, the sound. It also has 7 allophones. The first one, it has no diacritic and is voiced or sonoro in Spanish, and we have examples: ladder, coldly. The second one is the voiced one, which is ensordecido in Spanish. We have examples like medicine, and as I said before, we use this diacritic when sound is devoiced. This like a little small zero. When the voice is devoiced, when the sound is devoiced, we use this diacritic in order to know that is ensordecido in Spanish. The third one we have with this diacritic, like this, with non-audible release and delayed release. We have examples like feedback. We don't need to pronounce feedback, we say feedback. The fourth one with the nasal release, because it's preceding with a nasal sound, we have admire. The fourth is with lateral release, and we have examples such as medal, sideline. We don't say sideline, we say sideline. The sixth one is dental, and we have this diacritic, something like this, and we have example like hundredth, and the last one with the post-alveolar, which has this diacritic. And we have example like slide rule. We don't say slide rule, we say it slide rule. Well, now we have the voiceless for this velar plosive. It has 7 allophones. The first one, it is also with the aspirated. We have examples like hard, account. At first we said that these sounds means that we will need a little aspiration in the word. That's why it's used the little h behind this sound, the voiceless for this velar plosive. That's why it's aspirated. The second one is the weakly aspirated and unaspirated, and it doesn't have any diacritic. and it is when the aspiration is weak. For example, in talker. The third one is with the non-audible and delayed release. We already know the diacritic, and we have example in picture. The third one is with nasal release. This because it's proceeding with nasal sound. And we have example, pick me up. We don't say pick me up. We said pick me up. The fifth one is with the little plus diacritic in this part, and it is the prevelar. We have the word key, and the last one is the postvelar with this diacritic. Seems like a little like this. And we have examples such as in cool and question. Now the last plosive sound is the voiced Lennis velar plosive, the sound, and it has 6 allophones. The first one, it has no diacritic and is voiced, or in Spanish sonoro. And we have examples like in again, exam. The second one is the with this sound. That's as we saw on the other songs. The diacritic was under the sound, but now is on the top, and it is the voices because when we put this diacritic, it means that is ensordecido in Spanish. We have examples like egg, or eggshell, or rat. The third one with the non-audible and delayed release, we have examples like rugby. We don't say rugby, we say rugby. The fourth one with the nasal release, because it's proceeding with a nasal sound, we have ignore and pigment. The prevelar with this diacritic that also is in the top of the sound, like this. We have examples like argue, and the last one with the, oh, I made a mistake, is with this, the postvelar, and we have the example lagoon. And those are the plosive sounds. I hope you understand me, and thanks for watching my video. Goodbye.